Hello everyone, welcome back. This is a beginner guide for ESO healers. I'm gonna go over race, commanders, gear, and skills. Basically everything you need to know to put this character together. This is very cheap, and this character I use in trials, red trials, normal trials, and I use in arenas. So this is one of the best gear you can get very cheap in ESO, and this gear can always be substituted if you want to. Let's go over the race. The best race to use as a beginner hero is Breton. As you can see, I'm a necromancer. Breton is very good for sustaining, for resource sustain. That's why this should be your choice of character, or high elf. Those two is good for sustain. And as you can see, out of my attribute goes to magical. But the more magical you have, the more heal you can put out. So everything is magical. As you can see, our Mondos is the ritual. It increases your healing down by 11%. That's why I picked this. The next thing is the gear. Right, this right here, Sentinel is very cheap to get. Very cheap to get. And this right here should be enchantment on this. I like this heavy. I don't mind long too heavy. As you can see, one is right, one is heavy. The reason I don't mind long too heavy is because I need the HP and the armor. That's pretty much it. HP and the armor on these two monster sets. However, the rest should be light, and divine. If you can, but if you cannot, I understand. As you can see, this two is not even divine yet. So I'll probably make this reinforcement, but I don't have the intelligence stunts for that. Because I found with this character all the time. Nothing here is graded out, as you can see. Just purple and blue. Now this gear right here you will get from trials. You heard me? This you can get from trials, but you can substitute this with spell power cure. You heard me? Substitute this with spell power cure, which you can find in white and white gold tower. This right here is red gold tower. This is where you get spell power gear. Right here. This does the same thing with the trial gear. The same exact thing. Basically, this is a buff. It buffs your aura with major courage. Increase their weapon and spell damage. Now, as you can see, this helps you heal, and this gives you buffs to the group. The same as spell power cure. Buffs the group, and this is sustain. This heals, helps you heal. This buffs the group, the armor, and the weapon also does what? Helps with sustain. It gives back magical and stamina and heals a little bit to your group, which is really good. All these two, this right here, cheap to get. This right here, cheap to get. I know some people don't like trials, but you can substitute that with spell power cure. This is another cheap one to get. This was what I was running before I got a trial gear. Now, where do you get all this? You have to run to get the monster set. I have to run dark shade cabins. One on vet. Dark shade cabins one on vet. Basically you have to go here, this is vet, and put for this. That's where you get the hammer. That's where you get this. Shoulder you get from Undaunted, obviously. Have to do your Undaunted quest to get the shoulder. And it's very helpful. Now the gear you have to run as I said before, Red Goat Tower or normal to get it. And do that, do normal. And after weapon and jewelries, you get them in Moongrave. Moongrave. This is for the weapon and jewelries. You get them in Moongrave. This right here is Moongrave. You have to run him several times to get it, but that's okay. Let's go over skills. This is my Necromancer. Obviously, have to get all the passives. And by the way, any class in this game can heal. Any class in this game can heal. But if you wanna if you don't wanna go to Necromancer, get a Templar. Get a Templar. That would be the match station, is to go for Templars. Now, leaving that. This is the only two character. I actually have only two skills. I have for healing. This is really good. It saves you a lot of trouble in trials. It saves you a lot of trouble in trials. This is the reason why I got Necromancer in the first place. This right here. And these two skills. Basically, as long as you have corpse, you can consume it to heal your allies for 7k over 5 seconds, which is very good. Very good. This helps you with healing and also helps you with damage. Meaning it will take 10% of damage into fight. Obviously, get out the passives. This right here I got so that it's basically for vet trials. Vet trials. That's why I got this. But it's good. And I might substitute this with my archer. Now let's go over this one. This is just for defense, so I can have a much higher in defense for a period of time. Physical resistance and spell resistance by 5k, which is good. That's why I put this there. And this one is just for damage, because as a healer I don't have that much damage at all. So I mean, I actually don't like attacking things, so I just use this. Restoration. This is your healing abilities. This is your small bow, and this is the heals you do every time. Every time, like you use this every second, every time. And this is for Gopios. And I hate it when people run around in trials. Like, you see DP, yeah, stuff standing still. I mean, it's normal, I know. It's on normal trials, people do run around a lot. A lot. So that's why this comes in handy, very handy. But in vet, everybody typically knows what to do. So, and yes, get all these three, get all these four Yes, this one included. It's actually this one in the bar, but I added this here because of this ultimate life giver. See, this is cheap, very cheap. One of the things that have saved many lives, many lives in trials, arenas, in dungeons. This is very cheap, and I love it. I love it. Once I pop this, it has saved a lot of lives. Now once I pop this, it will activate these three skills. One, two, three. It will activate them all together. Really. It will heal again another heal and give buff resistance. And this one gives shield as well. But here is the trick. This will only if you morph all this will apply the morphs for all these three. If you don't morph it, it will not apply it. If you don't have this, it will not apply it either. That is the trick. So you need to have all these three morphed for it to apply the morphed version of it. So this is basically our healing set. And this right here is just spammable. You pop it all the time. All the time. And you have several things proccing when you heal. Let me see if I can plug this. See, this is the sustain. So give you back magical. Use that a little bit. Yeah, why not just attack something? Now this is the hammer, the monster hammer. Now, watch this. You have all three sets. All of them. You have all three sets going for you. One helps healing, one sustains, and the other gives minor encouragement, major encouragement, which increases your attack and spell damage. Which is why, and they're cheap to get, very cheap to get. Again, I use this character on trials, red and all, and it heals great. If you go over the CP points, this is a healer tree. Healer's tree. You start from here, then you make your way to here. You get this as well. Now these two CPs are the most important for healers. These two are the most important for healers. I always say that if you max these two, start doing vet dungeons. That's my opinion. Once you get gear and you have maxed these two, start doing vet dungeons immediately. Don't waste time. Just start putting vet dungeons once you have maxed these 2 points. This increases your healing done by either of effects. Alright, which is basically all of your healing skill, almost all of your healing skills. And this one increases your damage, increases your healing done with healing over time, which is again one of your most important healing ability. Increases done with single targets, obviously, but this two is the most important. This is a flex part. 1, 2, 3. These are the things you must have as a healer. Then you have one flex spot. What I mean by that is that see how this is 4. I mean that 3 is the most important. This 3 is the most important. That left one spot. So I put this there. Remove all harmful effects. It's just my choice. Some people substitute this for this. For Iron Cloud, but I redone. So I just went all healings. and that is basically, you don't have to put this. Basically, you don't have to put this here. But this is also very important. Use the damage taken from non-players since you are doing B versus E. So brand environment, this right here, you need as well, and that's pretty much it for the CP passive. As you can see, I still have 30. I I actually don't know anything else to put here, so I left it like that. But these are like the most important things here. Let's go over the red tree. The red tree, I got all those rejuvenation, ammo, HP obviously, and the one is celerity for basically celerity for speed. I had it before, but I removed it for this right here. I also had this here, not it's this one. The quality time it takes to resurrect an ally, because I often like go to resurrect prayers. However, that is not a job for a healer. You heard me? Healers do not resurrect people as a job for DPS. Don't anyone tell you differently. Healer arrest is a last result. They don't resurrect. Their job is to keep the tank alive and DPS alive as well. So that's pretty much how I removed it and put it here. You can do something entirely different. It's up to you. It's definitely up to you. Now this is the green tree, which is your choice as well. It's whatever you want to put here. This healer is my farmer and my crafter and everything. So this reflect SCP everything. This reflects it. So, but the most important one that right here is this. If you don't have this fully maxed, it's not startable, so you can just have it fully maxed. But I don't see the need for it. For its character anyway. This is maxed in all of my other characters. And that is pretty much it. That is pretty much it. As you can see, you can have a lot of them blocking, helping you to heal, helping sustain, and buff the group. There is no golden gear, just purple and blue. And there's also another good monster set, but this is one I prefer. There is let me see if it's still here. Yeah, it's in my bank. It's pretty much in my bank. But this is for this gears I got from trials, arenas, and P versus P. Yeah, I do use kata for P versus P as well. This guy I just healed. That's pretty much it. There is another good monster set, but that is for not that. But this has to be run on vet. For it's good for healers, but also it's good for PvP as well. I had it on my other cards. Basically, it removes all debuff once someone reaches a certain level. If you're hitting someone and they had I think it's below 50. Yes, this is the dungeon. You need to run this on vet to get the hammer. If it's below 50, then it will cleanse. Oh, where is it? There you go. See, I have all the set. I have all three sets. So there you go. Once you heal yourself, remember you can basically remove all harmful area effects. Yeah, this is good for healers as well and for P versus P. So if you want something hybrid that does P versus P and heals as well, this is the monster set I would recommend. I recommend the bed. My CP, guess what? Does that. So I don't need that monster set because this does that. So That's it for this character. The skill, the Mondos, and the race. Here, that is very simple and very cheap. Thanks for joining me, guys, and have a nice one.